Greetings Internet, welcome to Aaron Plays and I hope you're doing fantastically well. I'm Aaron Sibley and this is the continuation of my Burning Banners by Compass Games. Playing the first campaign, they don't call them scenarios, they call them campaigns, Fight to the Death, which is Orcs versus Goblins. So the second episode, first episode we dealt with the first little bit of an introduction and the first 2 turns. In this episode I hope to shoot the final 3 turns because it's a 5-turn scenario. Without any furthers, other than hi and like if you can, let's go down the map and see what is going on. Just a reminder, the victory conditions, an instant win if you cause the opposing side to collapse, or if that doesn't happen, the player who controls, so the Orcs or the Goblins who control the most settlements at the end of the game wins. And if both players control the same number, the Orcs win. Okay, so at the present moment, both sides have got 4. Got 2 little D10s on the board, large one for the Goblins, small one for the Orcs. Both have got 4 settlements. However, they've got both of them got the problem of they have to actually raise some of these settlements to get some cash to pay for the other settlements that they keep under their control. So we'll see how both sides get on with that finely balanced situation. The Orcs go first each turn. As I say, we're just about to start the autumn turn. Each turn is a season. There are 3 seasons: spring, summer, autumn. Then there's a winter interphase, which in the basic game, which is what we're doing here, which has no heroes, no magic, no monsters, there is no winter interseason because you get to change cards and do weird stuff and decks get reshuffled and such forth. We're not playing with any of that. So we'll go straight from autumn to the spring of the second year, and then we play spring and summer. So we've got 3 turns to do. In this video, I'm not going to do any breakdowns of the units. It was all done in episode 1, so if you haven't watched that, go and watch that. If you haven't done whatever, go and watch that one anyway. That might make the units more sense. What I will do is explain rules that I haven't covered so far as I go through. I haven't sat here doing a full rules breakdown. Things apply, things occur, or I think things need to be reminded. That's what I do. Okay, to keep the game moving. So we're starting with the Orcs, and the way the turn works, there are effectively the turn sequence. The first thing they have to do, so we get one of these nice little cards, the turn sequence. Income action step. The active kingdom may disband its siege engine. Do the Orcs really want to disband this siege engine? They have. The only purpose for disbanding it, and it's the only thing that can be disbanded because it's so slow, and they can then recreate it somewhere else because they only have the one. I can't see anywhere where the Orcs are going to lay siege, because you lay siege in places which have this little fort marker on them there, and I can't see anywhere that they need to go, so it might as well stay on the board. Then the Shashka kingdoms, which are the Orcs and the Goblins, may lay waste to any number of settlements it controls. Now, the reason why they need to do that is because at the present moment they have 4 under their control. That means it's going to cost them 4 money to maintain those under their control. Okay, so, but they need them for victory points. Well, let's say, the Orcs have got 5 money remaining. They are going to lay waste to the Shaded Vale. It's behind, effectively, the front lines. So that now becomes raised. And they gain another 3 gold for that. And that 3 gold they will use to maintain the 3 they've currently got, but that will then take their victory total down to 3. So they're still on 5 gold minus the 7, so that's raised now. I mean, they could restore that. It would cost them 2 gold to do so, but I can't see any reason why they would need to do so. And that is the income step. Now we have the activation step, where we go through units moving. You activate a unit, it can move, and it can do an action. The actions that they could do are attack, perform ship movement, recover, where you flip for example, this unit over here, which is flipped already. Worker mine are the knocked Oathborn. So that's about it. And you've got a few free actions like place control markers and so forth. But the main actions are move and then attack. This guy cannot recover because he's currently under siege. You are under siege if there's an enemy unit adjacent to your settlement, but also because it's a port. Can I zoom in a little bit on that? There we go. You require 2 enemy units adjacent to you to be under siege. So if there was only one there, it wouldn't be under siege, and if it wasn't under siege, it could recover. But it can't recover, and you can't build new units there if there's 2 enemy adjacent to it as it's a port, or 1 enemy adjacent if it's not a port. Right. What is the aim for the orcs? Well, they need to keep expanding, don't they? They need to keep gaining territory to loot, to then gain money to maintain what they've currently got. It's a little bit of a tricky cycle. So this cavalry, it's a wolf rider. We're going to move him, and we're going to try and outsmart the orcs there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, and then attack the settlement. Settlements always defend with 1 dice, unless there's cities where they get 3, where they've got a garrison there of 3. Right, see the dice tell it? Yep. Okay, so attacking with 1 black and 2 white dice. 5s and 6s are required for successes. Not a sausage. Nout. And the garrison? No. So stalemate there. He's done. That's unfortunate for the orcs. Okay, then coming back down here, this unit. Now you can't stack, but you can move through. So this unit here, yeah, we'll go 1, 2, 3, and try and take Zarimbar. Gotta get used to that. He's only got 2 white dice. Ooh. He got 1 success. Did the garrison get it? I'll just tuck the dice halfway across the table. They didn't. So Zarimbar falls. It gets an orc marker in it. That unit actually moves in and is incomplete. Zarimbar falls, and they loot 3 gold for it. So they're now up to 8. There is one guy here right on the southern part of the map. He's moving through the mountains, so that costs him 2 movement points. He's got 3. He hasn't got enough to go any further, so that's him done. The aim for that guy is to come next turn, 2 movement points there, 3 movement points, and then to attack this Barrias on the lake to gain another 3 gold. Okay. So, moving onwards. What's the siege engine going to do? Well, you never know, might need it one day. 1, 2. About time we actually took the war at the goblins. See if we can relieve the siege. So 1, 2, 3. And then attack this goblin unit here. Zoom in a little bit on that. Okay, so the goblins got 2 white dice. The orcs got 1 black and 1 white. So the black dice is a D8. Remember, hits are a success on a 5+. The orc missed. The little goblin warrior, 2 white dice, took him out. Wow. Get in there, goblin. Don't see that often, do you? No. So they haven't managed to relieve the siege. Okay, what's the orcs going to do about that? Well, they've got a wolf rider sitting here. Let's see what he can do. One, can he get there? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, if he stays along the road, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get a bonus movement point. But it can't end up in the city. Sorry, settlement. We'll spend some of our precious gold. 3 of it. Well, I want to raise one of these. How much is he? He's a little bit tougher. Blacker axe, he costs 4, so we'll spend 4 of our precious money. He's got 3 movement points, so we'll raise him in that location there. So we can continually raise units as long as we've got the gold, and he'll go 1, 2, 3 to revenge or avenge. He's got 1 black dice, 3 white. Again, 5s and 6s required for success. That is one tough little gobbo. Okay. He's taking him out. 2 successes. Wow. Oh dear me for the orcs. That's not nice. See, what I was trying to do, if as the orc commander, if he was taken out, then this guy could be recuperated and then actually do something. But he wasn't. Orcs are starting running out of actual money. Okay, I think we need to take this place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 4 and attack there. Okay, so that's 1 black dice, 2 white. They're not having much luck today, is the orcs, and then the garrison. All right, at least they didn't actually cause a hit. Okay. How much is an archer? An archer costs 1. Buy an archer. Bring him in here. Again, go 1, 2, 3. Let's see if he can be taken out by range combat. So it's 2 white dice for the orc. No success. 2 white dice for the goblin. No success this time. Now, that's interesting. Both sides scored no hits. Therefore, the range combat ability doesn't come into effect. If both guys have scored 1, the orc would have won and he would have actually been taken out. But in this case, and he's stuck there. So that just leaves him in the town. Okay, we're going to move him out. Oh, if we move it, that's a good point. If we move him out, we can't raise a unit there because it's under siege. We can't recover him. He's under siege. That's why I was trying to get rid of him. What to do? It's a little bit tricky there. Okay. So we could move him back and as his action recuperate him there at cost of 1, but then we've left that with a basic garrison. Okay, I've sat here pondering this little conundrum. We're going to move this guy back after all that. And he's on a road, so he can have 4 movement points. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he's adjacent to a settlement. He can recover there as his action. So it costs 1 coin to reflip him over. So he's now restored, but then he's done. Then, for a cost of 2, the last remaining 2. They are now officially skint. But he's built in there, which makes him ready. And then he moves 1, 2, 3. Now the question is, do we? Well, we could attack the little dude here, or do we attack Mr. Mighty Goblin Warriors there? We don't need to, so we won't. That just leaves the 2 northern dudes at the top there. What to do with them? Well, the only settlement is that one there, which is of any use to them. So, and I don't think they want to go through all those goblins. So let's go 1, 2. And technically they could now, as their action, use sea movement. Now they're actually adjacent to a navigable major river, which allows them to move 3 by sea movement, which would be 1, 2. They've got to end in a coastline somewhere. Let's move that out of the way for the moment. I say what, we'll use sea movement to cross. They can't attack because they've done their action, which is moving by the river there. So again, he'll go 1, 2, 3, and then use as his action sea movement to get across the river there. Where did these boats come from? Who knows? It's fantasy. But yeah, so as an action, they could sea move, but that means that they've only got 1 action, they can't attack, so that's them done. And that, by the looks of it, they are skint, they are out of cash. They're back to 4 settlements because they took this one here. That's their end of turn 3. Over to the goblins. And they're confronted by the same problem, where they have, now they have a bit more cash, they've got 6. Do they want to maintain those 4 settlements at this present moment in time? I think the answer to that question is, yeah, why not? It'll cost them 4 money though, but spend 5, get 1 back. So they've got 2 coins remaining, and then they begin their turn. And the first thing that they'll do is they will try and take this settlement, which the orcs failed to do. 2 white dice. And the attack, nope. And then the garrison scores a hit. And notice he's got that little grey stripe. That means he's got no reverse side. So that's him out of action. Obviously not as tough as this unit. Maybe we should get that one across. 4 movement points. Actually, it could get there. So let's see if we can carry on the narrative, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. And attack. Remember, there's no zones of control. There's no compulsion. You don't have to attack. So this is the Mighty Warriors. Okay? They've been excellent on the defense. Yeah, not so good on the attack. And the garrison did what the orcs could not do. They took him out. All right. Let's move the hobgoblins across. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And attack it. Black dice and 2 white dice. Why am I so like, oh, it's got to take this? Is because they've only got 2 gold remaining. They managed to get a hit. So that's a 5. The garrison gets a 4. So it falls. Boom. Whew. 3 gold goes to the coppers, so they've now got 5, and they get one of their control markers in Norstead, and they are now on 5 victory points. Okay. Mountain Troll comes down. 1, 2. He has got 3. Let's move him 3 to there and attack. Now, notice his movement point is in black. That means he's huge. What's the effect of huge, I hear you ask? Let's go through it. Huge armies are gigantic creatures that tower over the landscape. A huge army which ends its activation in a hostile settlement raises it. It neither loots nor places its kingdom control marker in a settlement. So if that had come down to attack here, well, let me use a pointer. So if he had come to attack here and won the combat, it would have gone in there and raised it rather than taking control of it. A huge army may never end its activation in a welcoming settlement. So if we raise a huge army in a place, it's got to move out. It can't remain there for the end of the turn. If built in a settlement, it must leave before the season ends. It may move through, but may not otherwise occupy a welcoming settlement. These settlements, though hostile at the beginning of the game, they are now welcoming because they have their goblin control marker. There's a goblin garrison there. A huge army which, after removing an enemy control marker, would advance into a welcoming settlement instead remains adjacent. Huge armies may never loot or place control markers. And a huge army may not use ship movement. Sink it. I know it's fantasy, but fantasy only goes so far. Anywho, so we have a combat here. 3 black dice from the mountain troll versus a black and 2 white. The mountain troll gets a 7 and a 5. Okay, so we now check to see if that 7 has a critical. 7s and 8s, you roll a 7, an additional white dice. If that comes up with a 5 or 6, that actually is 2 hits. No. So it's 2 hits at the present moment on the Wolf Riders. So 1 black dice, 2 white, 2 hits. They scored nothing. The orcs are crumbling faster than a flake next to a fire. Okay. And he can move in. Interesting. In fact, he has to move in. When you take out someone, you have to move in unless it's a welcoming settlement. Okay. What to do now with the goblins? They've got a bit of money. One, two, three, four, 5. They've got nothing that can move that fast to get down to here. Where haven't they taken? Well, they haven't taken the dwarf hold up there. But, yeah, that looks a little bit tricky, doesn't it? But let's move the siege engine adjacent to it anyway. 1, 2. Okay, this goblin here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if he can take out Far Tummed, which the Orc Wolf Riders couldn't do. 2 little dice. They score a success. The garrison didn't, so they took it. Again, earning 3 money. Now taking their empire up to 8 cash. Place their control marker. And taking them now to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. Okay. Time now to take the war to the orcs around here. So this hobgoblin's got 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. We'll attack the orc reavers here. 1 black, 2 white dice. Hobgoblins. Right, oh dear. That's a 7. 6, that's potentially 3 hits. Well, it is 3 hits, potentially 4. No, that's 3 hits. The reaver's back. Potentially 3 hits as well. Roll for that critical. No. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 versus 2 hits. He takes 1 actual damage. Okay. You subtract the two, the difference between the two, so it's one hit on them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's take him. 2 white dice versus 2 white dice. No effect from the Goblin Warriors, and then the Orc Scouts. I like to use different dice, that's what I'm swapping. No effect. Another one comes across. 1, 2. That'll do. 2 white dice attacking. That's 1 hit. And the archers, no hits. He's only got 1 step. The archers are taken out. The goblins advance. Okay. I think this last little bad boy goes 1, 2. Let's just stay there. Don't really need to do anything there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's not doing anything there. Let's keep him garrisoning that town. Okay. They've got 8 money. Let's buy a hill troll. Hill trolls cost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Build him here. And then move him to attack. 1, 2. Attack the town? Why not? 2 black dice, 1 white dice, 1 hit. 1 black dice, 1 white dice in return. No hits. He's taken 1 damage. It's not enough to take the town. But little sneak attacks. Okay, and he strikes. He's got the ambush. Let me just zoom in on that. That little ambush symbol. That means he strikes first. 5 or 6? No. And then the Reaver strikes back. Oh yeah, he takes him out. He's only got 1 step, but cheap and cheerful. He's so cheap and cheerful. Yeah, let's buy another one. Costs 1 money. Build him here. Then he moves 1, 2, and he'll move into this little swamp here. And will then strike again. Ambush! Hits him. Takes him out before he gets to respond. Boom. Is that now the first settlement that's actually been taken by the opposing faction? Notice that the orc didn't even get a chance to respond because he took him out straight away. So he's done. That's gone. The goblins pick up 3 money for taking it out, taking it back to 5 coins, and then get to place their control marker on Mangut. Is that Mangut? What a lovely name for a town. Okay, that now becomes 7. And the orc's gone down to 3. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 to 3. And that will end the goblins' turn. They've got 5 money in the bank. They can now raise a few of these places behind them. They're definitely bringing it down to on the orcs now. Just before we start turn 4, I'll now do my impersonation of an orc commander in this situation. What's happening with their troops? I know it's just down to these little bits of plastic, but still. Wow, and that one warrior that took out blinking uber orcs. As the goblins, I'm sitting there going, I know it's been played solo. I'm letting the dice adjudicate what's going on. But I've played this scenario at least, well, a couple of times. Never seen the orcs suffer so badly. There we go. Let's go back down to the map and do turn 4. Oh, by the way, that clicking when I'm trying to pause the video is this stupid thing. I need to get a new one because sometimes I have to press it multiple times for it to actually stop the recording of the video. It is now spring of year 2, or turn 4 in our case. The orcs are down to 3, the goblins are on 7 victory points. The orcs have 0 cash. They are going to have to actually make their situation even worse. They're going to have to raise one of these settlements. The question is, which one? Because they also need troops at the line, because the gobos are definitely coming for them. I think it's going to have to be this one. Ooh, he says pointing to the one that's off camera. It's going to have to be this one. So they raise that to the ground, getting 3 money for doing so. I think it's not called raising at this point. It's they loot, laying waste. Gives them 3 cash. They'll maintain those 2, so they have to spend 1 cash for each one. If they were unable to do that, their kingdom would collapse. Well, they were able to do it by the skin of their chinny chin chin. And we now go into the activation phase. So, move the camera back a little bit. We've got this guy on the south here who's going to go 2 move. Oh, I should have made these all straight, shouldn't I? Boop, boop. Let me pause there. You don't want to see me straighten counters, do you? Okay, so let's continue. We've straightened all the counters up. He goes 2, 3 movement points and then attacks this Barlass on the lake with 2 white dice. No, it's white and a black. Okay, you can't see the dice down now, can you? White and a black. He does get a success. That's that 5. So at least... And the garrison back also rolls a 5. That's a tie. No one wins. They don't take the settlement. Oh dear. They needed that badly for the cash. All right, well, because they've got 1 money remaining to them. So they're going to have to take something back from the goblins. Now, there are plenty of places they could. So, this boy, 1, 2, 3, and attacks the goblin sneaks. But unfortunately, the sneaks do fight first because they're sneaky. But they miss. Black and white. 5 and a 3. Notice I didn't give them a garrison. There's troops in there. There is no garrison. Only in a city will the garrison also take part. So they do take that back. Okay, he walks in. Boom. Goblins lose control. The orcs loot it for 3 money. So they've now got 4. They've gone back to 4 control. The goblins are now on 6 rather than 7. Okay. This wolf rider here will attack this goblin. Is he going to move first though? No, he's fine there. Okay, so here's black and 2 white dice. 2 hits. Goblin warrior, 1 hit. So he'll take 1 hit, but he only has 1 hit. So he's gone. Orcs move in. Control marker lost. Control marker gained. Now we're back. We're at 5 all. See how quickly this game can change just by, well, having your turn. And the goblins earn another 3 money. The goblins? No, the orcs. My bad. Okay. So the orcs have now got 7 cash. They can't build in the places they've just taken. Says Mr. Croaky. You can only build in somewhere that you've already owned. So they own this place down here. It's time to expand further. Remember, there's no zones of control as well. So we will move 1, 2, 3 and attack there. 2 white dice versus 1 white dice. No effect. Garrison hits. He's got no depth to him. He gone. Yeah. I thought maybe if they both get a hit. Okay, so this Orc Reaver 1 will attack. Black and white. 1 hit. Garrison. Tough little goblin garrison there. Stops him dead. All right. What to do? We've only got 4 actual combat units on the board for the orcs. They're running out, definitely run out of steam, haven't they? They're giving themselves a bit of cash. Let's raise. Ooh, what's the best to raise? Let's spend 4 and get an ogre. Now they only moved 2. Is that? No, a bit slow. Raise a black orc. It's also cost 4, but he can move 3. One, 2, 3. Do we attack the hill troll? Interesting question. Let's do it. 1 black dice, 3 white. A measly 1 hit. Black dice and no, 2 black dice and a white. Nothing. Okay. Only 1 hit, but it at least tarnishes the troll. He can regenerate though, where he's located, but if he regenerates, he can't attack. The orcs have got 3 gold. I think that might be as far as they can go at the present moment. Over to the goblins. Right, so they've got 5 locations. That'll cost them 5 gold, which is everything they've got. Do they need everything? No. All right, so they're going to lay waste to Korakakar, which is the first part of their turn. That's now raised, and they get 3 loot for it. But that takes them down to 4. They'll raise this. You know, they see they've got to be hopeful to take other places. This is the fine balancing act. So the orcs are on 5 places. They're on 4 at the moment, locations. Let's maintain that 4. So that costs them 4 gold. Right, okay. What to do now? Well, let's bring this mountain troll. 1. Remember, mountain trolls cannot take a location. That's a very valid point. They can't loot and they can't take it. But they can hurt big bad boys. 1, 2, 3. Attack that black orc. 3 black dice. Okay, They've just rolled an 8, 5 and a 4. Checking for that 8. No. So that's 2 hits. The black orc with its black dice and 3 whites. Ooh, got 3 hits. So the actual mountain troll took a hit. This is obviously tougher than the previous black orcs that got crumbled by an orc, by a goblin warrior. Okay. This hobgoblin unit, 1, 2, 3, will attack the wolf rider. This is exactly the same dice. Okay, the hobgoblins. One hit. The wolf rider. 2 hits. The revenge of the orcs. They can't raise a unit here because it's technically under siege by this dude. So let's try and get rid of him first. So the hobgoblins will actually move 1, 2 to there and then attack him. Black, 2 white. The 8 becomes 2 hits because of the 5. Okay. Then the orc's back. 1 hit. So difference is 1. He loses a step. He's gone. Hobgoblins must move in. But now he's not under siege. So they could raise a unit there, which they will do. They've got 4 money. Let's raise another hobgoblin. It costs 3. Let's raise him in this town, then move him 1, 2, and attack the Orc Reavers in Mangut, the lovely named town. That's 2 hits, and the defense, 1 black, 1 white. 1 hit. He takes damage. Hobgoblins are finished there, to then be attacked by the hill troll. 2 black, 1 white. 2 hits. The garrison of Mangut. Oh, actually wrong roll. It's black and white. 1 hit. He's taken out. Okay. He's not huge. He's slightly smaller than the mountain troll. He takes the town. The control marker is lost and replaced. Mangut's swapping hands here, isn't it? Left, right and centre. He's now done. They gain 3 money, taking them back to 4. And the orcs are down to... Why have I got them at 5? Oh, they burnt 1, didn't they? And so they've got 1, 2, 3 settlements. The goblins have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. The goblins have got 4 money remaining. Okay. These can move 4. What else can they do? I don't fancy them attacking this black orc. One, 2, 3, 4. Start swinging them round. And 1, 2, 3. Cheapest chip warriors. Siege engine. We're not going to attack that place. It's just too hard. 2. Is there any point keeping this guy right at the top there? Not particularly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving along the road. 5. keep the 4 money for the last turn. And that's the goblins done. So we're moving into the last turn. As the Orc commander, I'm now feeling a little bit, okay, it's close. 5 victory points to 3. I've got a little bit of an army. It's not as bad as it was at the end of last turn. My foot troops did actually fight for me. Yay. As a Goblin commander, I'm thinking, we're doing well. We've got this. We've got it by the cusp. That's why I play games, isn't it? Anywho, let's move on to turn 5, the final turn. The Orcs. They're going first. They have got 3 current victory points. They've got 3 money. They could raise another one of the settlements, but they're not going to. They're going to pay for those 3 because I feel like the Gobos have got 5. They need to take somewhere to increase theirs at least, and then try and take something off the Goblins. Okay, so this guy down here, he will attack Barrias on the lake again. 1 black, 1 white dice. Let's bring that up. There we go. Oh, toads. I should have moved him first actually, but didn't. The garrison does nothing. Ah, that was actually quite crucial. I rushed that there. They should have moved there. In fact, I'm going to say they did, because I was getting a bit carried away there. They moved 3 movement points to there so they can free up space for another unit to come down, which it needs to do. They really do need to take somewhere. Should I move the Wolf Rider down? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's more likely to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again now black dice and 2 white. Oh no, no! And the garrison? No. Oh dear. Oh dear. They do need to get some cash to get some more troops. Okay, so this guy. 3 movement, 1, 2, 3. Let's try and take that. 1, 2, 3. 1 black dice. Yeah, 1 black dice, 3 white. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh dear. Oh my. Okay, well they're out. That's 1, and the black dice there. No, stays. Sorry, there's 2 hits in total, and the garrison can only do a maximum of 1, so it does fall to the Black Orcs. All right, so they gain 3 money for that. They gain one of their control markers, taking them back to 4, and the Goblins down to 4. Now remember that if it's a draw, the Orcs win. But they can't rest on their laurels, can they? They can't raise a new troop here because it's besieged, because there's 2 enemy adjacent to it. They definitely need to get someone in there though, and it's got to face off a mountain troll and a hobgoblin, and they've got 3 money. That's not much, is it? This attack down on Barlas on the lake, that I think might have cost them the game. But we shall see. You never know, the Goblins could roll rubbish, couldn't they? Okay, so they will move. Oh, blimey. They've got to defend over here as well. with 3 money. Their cheapest units are their archers at 1 each. Okay. But they've only got 1 step. That's the downside of them. Raise 1 there. Hold Farton with a 2 money remaining. They can get a Reaver. I honestly am stuck. I mean, both these are reduced, but I've got nothing here strong enough to... I mean, okay, 1 black dice versus 3 white. Oh, in fact, the Siege Engine can't attack. Its value can only be used in the defence unless it's besieging a town. So that's not going to help either. And the archers, 2 white dice versus a black and 2 white. I'm just asking for trouble. Well, okay. 1, 2 into the town. They won't attack. Oh, that should be not twisted. Because if they attack, they've only got 1 step. And then spend the last 2 money on an Orc Reaver unit and build him here. Effectively trying to hold what they've got. They can't expand any further. It's down to the goblins. Can they take just 1 place? Well, the goblins have got 4 money. They have got 4 locations that they own, so they'll spend all that to maintain all that. Okay. It rests on these places, doesn't it? So Mountain Troll. Ah, wait a minute. I nearly made a mistake there. He can't occupy that place. So the Hobgoblin attacks. Hobgoblin with 1 black, 2 white. That's 2 successes. The Archer with 2 white. Oh! That's 2 successes as well. But Archers win ties. They cause the hit. The Hobgoblin is taken out. Oh dear. All right. Let's move this guy. 1, 2, 3. The Hill Troll will attack. 2 black, 2 white against the Orc Scouts. That's 2 hits. The Orc Scouts, can they repeat what they've already done once? Not this time. They go down. Hill Trolls take the location. Gain 3 gold. And swing that now to 5 to the Orcs 3. Now I could do the rest of the Goblin army, see how bad they can drub the Orcs, but if I was the Orc commander at this point, I would offer my hand, well done, to the Goblins. Let's take this back to the top. And that's the basic game. No magic, no heroes, and no monsters. It's really over to you guys. Would you like me to do now the same scenario, bringing in the magic, the heroes, and the monsters? That will change things quite significantly. As I say, each faction has their own deck of cards, and there's a large spell deck, which is generic to anyone can use them, and there's treasures. When you fight a monster and beat the monster, you gain a treasure, which are again various different iterations of types of spells and such forth. The heroes are what are required to cast the magic. They're the ones that actually have the spells marker on them, which allows them to cast spells, depending on the spell, up to certain ranges. And how I'm going to do that solo, that's a good question. Because each faction can replenish its hand at the end of the other faction's turn as well, depending on, and I'm not going to go into too detail, but it depends on a seasonal marker to see how magic recovers. Maybe I might do it the same way I did up front, in that I will draw cards but not look at them until they're needed, and then I'll look to see if there's a counteraction. That might work. But would you like to see me do the same scenario, or would you like me to move on to a different one but just bring the magic in? Because I don't need the basics are the basics, but there's still enough variables in the troops and such forth. And these little buggers, I mean, that original hill goblin warrior taking out the big orcs, and that little town at the bottom there, the was it Barlas on the Lake? Yeah, it definitely yeah, it was attacked multiple times and held out. The Fjordlander garrison. So there's plenty of campaigns in the book. I might not have iterated this, that when you actually play multiplayer, so if you're playing with 4 or 6 players, you're in teams, good guys versus bad guys effectively. But each of those scenarios that are for 6 players could also be done by 2, just playing the 3 factions. I haven't tried anything of that size as yet, and if I was to try something that size, that would unfortunately have to be on the screen because it's going to take considerably longer. I can bring to the channel games that have a small footprint that I can complete relatively quickly, because I use this table for other things, well, for gaming, but other types of games. This was shot over 2 nights, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's actually a cracking scenario, because it's finding that right balance between maintaining what you've taken, but also needing money to keep going. Now, all the other nations, or factions, whatever you'd like to call them, they accrue income. And from that income, they build their new units as well. They don't, and if they loot a place, they do gain money from it, but not as much. They only gain 2. So, and each of those factions has their advantages and disadvantages. So if you want me to, I keep saying so, stop saying so. If you want me to do a different campaign, we'll bring in 2 different factions with the magic, or if you want to see how the goblins and the orcs behave in this scenario again with the magic, let me know in the comments. It's only what you guys tell me is what I do. I don't mind which one I do, because I enjoy playing the game. Yeah, is it as much fun playing it solo as it is playing someone? No. The unexpected in all these kind of games. If there was a solo bot for this, fine, but they haven't developed one. I can't imagine how you could. That magic deck is bonkers. You think you're lining up a great attack and the attack gets stalled because fog descends on the battlefield, that kind of thing. Tidal waves, plagues, whatever, it happens, and it's fascinating. You can't take the game too seriously. It's not Fire in the East or something like that, or ASL, or, you know, it's a fun, light game, but it has depth. I like it. A friend introduced it to me, we played it online on Vassal. I ordered it while we were halfway through the game. So yeah, it has that quality of fun. And sometimes that's all you need. Anyway, that's enough of my waffle. If you'd like the video, if you enjoyed what I did, thank you. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you enjoy what I do and you haven't done so already. Apparently there's more viewers that actually aren't subscribed than are subscribed. So if you're one of those, come and join us. We've got cookies somewhere. Cookies. And yeah, any comments? Even above and beyond, yeah, play this one next. Just tell me what what you enjoyed, what I liked, what you disliked. Was I too hands-on on the board? Was it the camera shooting not quite right, etc. All that kind of thing. It all helps me make better product for you guys. I said it right at the beginning of my channel when I'm not going to go into Uber editing. There's just me, and an iPhone and a computer and a light. That's it. That's all I got. Now the blinking light won't stand up. Yeah, it looks precarious. That's it. Oh, and the games. Of course, the games. Until next time, play games. Above all, have fun. Bye, Internet. And now the clicker. Still there.